Hello there, thank you for stopping by. Compliment of the season. You are once again welcome to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to show you how you will tighten your overbust and your underbust on your Princess Dart bustier that will enable you to have a very good fitting for your garment on your client and even on yourself. If it is something that you are interested to learn, please don't go anywhere. Make sure you stay with us till the end of this video and learn how to tighten your overbust and your underbust. If you are new to this channel, you are warmly welcome. And if you are an old subscriber, you people are the real deal. I really appreciate you joining the family. And also, thank you for staying with us till this very moment. May God bless you. Without further talking, let's get into the video properly. So this is my working paper and I have ruled a middle line, and I will bring in my basic body sloper, the front, and I'll bring in the back as well. So what I will do with this is I will trace the outline, all right, and then I will alter it into a Princess Dart bustier that will enable me to tighten the overbust and the underbust. So what I will do here is I will trace the outline of my basic body sloper, the front and the back, and you can see I have already ruled a middle line which represents our chest line, and I'm going to use it to do my setting. So if you have not watched the video on how I drafted this basic body sloper or this basic bodice block, then I will leave a link in the description box below, or click on the link showing up here right now, and it will take you there to go and learn and come back to this particular part and then continue from there. Now, if you have not subscribed to my channel, kindly do so and make sure you turn on the notification bell so that whenever I upload a new video, you'll be notified immediately. My lines are faint, so I am trying to deepen my lines so that it will be visible, and it will enable me to flow whilst I am discussing or teaching this. So that point is my bust span, which is 4 inches, and I'm going to mark it downwards and I will connect it to my bust point line. Okay, so that is my dart leg. I have joined it together, so I'm going to do the same for the back. So the back, I divided my dart into two so that I will use it to locate the dart end. Okay, so now I'm going to rule my bust point line. So I have done the marking and I will connect the two lines together like this. And I'm not going to do the same for the back. I'm going to leave the back like that. I'm going to do my overbust and my underbust tightening, and these are the required measurements we will need. We will need our underbust length, which is 13.5. We will need our around underbust, which is 32 inches. We will also need our cleavage depth, which is 5.5 inches, and we will need our overbust length, okay, which is from our shoulder to our overbust. So that's what is going to give us 6 inches. Okay, so guys, so far, if you are liking my video, make sure you hit on the like button and make sure you leave your comment in the comment section as well. So we are going to start with our overbust, right? So what we will do is on our shoulder blade, from the tip of our neck to the armhole tip, what we will do is we are going to divide our shoulder blade into two, and we are going to mark it and connect it to our bust point line on our bust span point. Okay, you can also call it the apex. So now I'm going to mark my lines. You can see my chest line and my bust point line. All right, then I will measure my overbust depth. Okay, my overbust depth, which is 6 inches. So I will mark my 6 inches like this, and I'm going to connect it and rule it over the chest line. You can see what I have done here right now. I'm going to impute my cleavage depth, and the cleavage depth I am working with is 5.5. so I have marked it, and I'm going to shift my indication line at the front so that it will enable me to work on my center front. So I mark my 5.5, and I came in by 1/4 of an inch because I don't need a sharp mid section. Okay, so now that we have gotten this part, what we will do is, on this side I'm going to create my neck star line. So my neck star line, I can make it diagonal, I can make it curve, I can make it. So these are some of the neckline you can also create on your style. Okay, so let me clean it. In my own case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a sweetheart neck. Okay, so let me remark my lines like this. Now I will move to my overbust line like this. In this area, if the person is small, you can use 1 inch. It depends on your own preference. Okay, if the person is small, you can use 1 inch. If the person is medium, you can use 1.5. And if the person is a large size, you can use 2 inches or above, so that it will create a room for the breast to stay in. Okay, so in my own case, I'm dealing with a medium person, so I'm going to mark 0.75 on both sides of that line, and I will connect the lines to my bust point line. Okay, I will do for the front straight like that, but on the side I'm going to use my French curve to connect a slight curve line like this, as you can see on my screen, so that it will create a slight curve that will cover up the overbust part, because the bust is not straight. Okay, so now I'm indicating my 0.75 mark that I marked over there. The reason why I mark this is for a reference in case I want to do an off shoulder, is what I'm going to use. Now let's go to the underbust. So I'm going to mark my underbust like this, and then the length of my underbust is 13.5. I'll mark my 13.5 like this and connect my line for my underbust length. Okay, so now we are going to maintain our waist dart because it is already on the sloper, and that's the measurement we are going to work with. So we are not going to connect it to the bust yet. So what we are going to do now is we are going to divide our around underbust, which is 32 divided by 4. It will give us 8 inches. Okay, so now let me indicate my line, which is my underbust line or underbust length. So I will mark my 8 inches like this, and I'll come front and measure the remaining line from my 8-inch mark to the side seam area, and the amount I will have there is what I'm going to use. Now I have 1.5, and that 1.5 is what I'm going to share on that line, which is our bust span line towards the waistline. So in this case, I normally keep the smaller part of the measurement I have there on the front side, and I'll keep the larger part on the side. Okay, so in this case I mark 1/2 inch for the front, and I mark 1 inch. Remember, it is 1.5 inch. So I'm going to connect my new dart line for the underbust to my waist line. Okay, so you can see I'm doing it with my French curve, with a slight curve, and you can see how beautiful and perfect our line look like. Okay, so I'm going to do for the side as well. You can see what I'm doing here like this. Okay, you can see that I have make it a little bit straighter than the other side so that it can curve and shoot in. So I'm going to connect my bust point to my under bust, my contouring, okay, or my tightening. So I'm going to make it a slight shape for the front. Now you can see how beautiful. Don't make that front side to be sharp, okay, make it a little, let it connect with like a curvy wave, okay. Then I'm going to come to the side and I'm going to connect that line with a slight curve. Don't let that line be straight or don't let it be curved, let it be slightly. I'm going to connect my side dart. Already we had it on our sloper. Remember that place is a dart, so we are not going to take it away. So that is a dart, so you will mark it like this. And now our front over bust height and the under bust height are ready. So I'm trying to indicate my line like this. The front I take 0.5 and the back on the side I take 1 inch. So before we do any other thing, we are going to tighten our side dart, guys. So before we will come to tighten, let's do the back. Now I'm going to measure my overbust line. The reason is that if I'm marking this line is going to be for if I am doing an off shoulder or if I'm adding a yoke to it, okay. So if I'm not adding a yoke to it, what I do is I keep the line like that, okay. So in this case I'm not going to use the yoke. I'm going to do a strapless bustier. So I will come from the chest line, I'll go up by 1/2 inch and I'm going to connect it for the front and back. So that's going to be our new armpit line or new chest line, so that the armpit side will not show much, okay. We need to cover it a little. In your own preference, you can do it any how you want it. You can go up by 1 inch or 1.5 inch to cover your armpit. So now on the back I'm going to connect the side seam to the new chest line and I'll connect that point to my back. This back too is in your own preference, okay. Anywhere you can come down or you can maintain that line or you can still create a new line for that part, okay. And I will come to the front also and connect my line, okay, like this. As you can see me cleaning off the old line, okay, so that it will be equal with the front like this. Now on the back, that line, I will go on the chest line and mark 0.1 on both sides, which means I'm going to divide quarter on that line on the chest line for the back, and I will connect it to my waist, that leg, okay. So guys, if you have not subscribed to my channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button right now and turn on the notification bell so that whenever I upload a new video, you'll be notified immediately and quickly. And I assure you there are going to be a lovely content on this our channel. So now before we close our dart or we'll do our style line or next style line, what we are going to do is we need to cut through and we'll come back to the back and work on it. So this is me cutting through and now we need to work on the front. Now what we are going to do is we need to create our neck style line. In my own case, I'm going to create a sweetheart neck for my princess dart bustier. And remember, this cloth is going to be a strapless. So what I will do is I'm going to cut through the waistline. That will enable me to fold my dart on it, okay. You can see our drafting is perfect. You can see our side seam is straight and perfect. So I will tape my dart on like this, and I will also go to the overburst tightening. Okay, and I'm going to fold my dart leg to go and meet the side overburst tightening leg like this. You can see what I'm doing here. Please examine this place very carefully. So now I'm going to use my pencil to create my style. Okay, so this is me creating my using my pencil to create my style. Please forgive me on this side because I'm a born artist. I know how to draw very well, and as time goes on I will show you how to draw your figure and your style on this channel. That's the reason why I'm holding my pencil like this. Okay, so let's continue. You can see I have drawn my beautiful curve overburst shape like that, and I'm going to use my French curve to connect my lines. You can see I'm connecting it to my 1/2 inch that I came from the chest line upward, and I'll come to the front and create a curve on that center front like this. Now I will open my dart and then connect the markings together like this. Now you can see our pattern is now ready. On the bust point area on the side, you can see it is pointy, so I'm going to make it curve, make it round, so that it will not give me problem whilst I'm sewing. So you can see I have already used my French curve to make that place, to eliminate that sharp point, and it is equivalent to 1/4 inch. Remember when we are drafting our sloper, I told you to add an ease of 1/4 inch on the side. Okay, so that is it. So now our front is ready, and I'm going to indicate my part. So the CF stands for the center front and the SF stands for my side front, and I will cut it out. With this formula that I use while cutting, you can also use the upper side, which is the yoke side. You can see whilst I'm cutting, the yoke has already show on itself. But if it would have been that I'm going to use a yoke, I'm going to work on the yoke part as well. So this is my front, this is the yoke, and this is my center front. Okay, so I'm going to put it aside and work on the back as well. Now on the back, what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold the dart leg like this. Like this, and I'm going to join it together like this. Okay, and make sure I secure it. Look at it, I secure it with my tape, and then I will come in with my hip curve to reconstruct that line so that the back is not going to have a sharp point whilst we are sewing. Okay, so I'm going to connect my zipper endpoint line, okay, to my 1/2 inch I came up by on the chest line. So you can see the difference between the old line and the new line, and I open my, you can see that's the second line. So we are not going to use the first line, we are going to use the second line. So guys, make sure you subscribe to my channel, hit on the notification bell. If you find our content educative, make sure you hit on the notification bell so that whenever I upload an educative content like this, you will be notified. And make sure you leave your comment in the comment section, hit on the like button, and make sure you share this video. Okay, so now I'm done with the curtain, and this is my center back, and that is my side back, which is CB and the SB. I'm going to indicate this mark that will indicate that it is going to be joined together. Okay, that's the part I'm going to join together. So if you find this video interesting, please hit on the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell so that whenever I upload a new video, you'll be notified immediately. And also don't forget to leave your comments in the comment section. Share this video, click on the video showing on your screen right now. And remember, upgrade is a must. See you in our next video. Bye.